Hello. It's been 8 weeks post Achilles tendon repair surgery. And if you notice here, my ankle is still severely swollen, and here it's seriously discolored, and the discoloration is actually not just discoloration, it's actually really sore and tender to the touch. It's actually bruised. And this is actually the scarring from the initial incision, and those are actually the marks from the staples of which they had. So right now, it's, I'd say on a pain scale, about 10, uh, 10 to, like, if I seriously touch it like this, just even grazing it, it's actually really quite sore and really raw and tender. So as I mentioned, 8 weeks post-operation, a week post cast removal, and the discoloration and the healing of the scar actually after the cast was removed is still taking quite some time, and it's taking longer than I would like it to take. And so I'm a natural nut by nature. I love the conventional medicine, the modern medicine, but also every so often I have a whim to try natural medicines, and a lot of the times I get really great results. And right now I had the inclination to use castor oil, which is cold pressed castor oil, whoopsies, which helps actually pull out the toxicity and the heat, and actually helps the body to bring out any kind of congestion out of the body itself and out of the womb, and actually will actually help to expedite the womb healing process. So that was kind of just a gut impulse. Like, yeah, you know what, we're going to have to take measures into our own hands and see if we can expedite this, because enough is enough. There's only so much pain you can tolerate, and 8 weeks plus is just, it's been more than enough time. And so now I'm in the process of trying to reduce the swelling, reduce the bruising, get rid of the discoloration, and heal the it's like sort of infected there, heal the infection. And hopefully with the castor oil also, it should actually improve on the coloration of the scar itself. So we'll try to get it back to as natural as my skin color it could do. And a lot of the times that I've had these impulses to do natural remedies, I've gotten really great results. And, a lot of times it's easy to say how fabulous the results are, but sometimes I always, oops, I wish that I would have the examples to show how fantastic the results are and have it documented. So this is me documenting that. Not within the impulse to put castor oil on it, or the gut inclination to put castor oil on it, I also had a gut inclination to put bay leaves on it, preferably fresh bay leaves, but unfortunately I wasn't able to find fresh bay leaves, so I have raw, dry bay leaves, but these are actually on the moisture side of bay leaves that I've seen. Just by doing that, they're not cracking, they're not as brittle. I've tried to heat them up with my hand to make them a little bit more pliable. So what I'm going to do is actually put the castor oil on the wound, put the bay leaves over the castor oil, and then use a non-adhesive gauze sterile pad, and actually put it on, and then after that I'll actually bind the whole thing to my leg and leave it like that overnight and see what happens, and how much of progress that we have on the wound itself. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this all prepared. It's going to be a little bit difficult because it's not the best of angles, and with the heel it's kind of like trying to lick your elbow. So it's a little bit of a challenge to get everything done. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the castor oil on the gauze pad on the side that actually goes onto your skin, just so at least that way it'll just make my life a little bit easier when I'm navigating with the bay leaves. So, and also because the bay leaves are dry, that I'm just fearful that they're actually going to scrape and irritate the cut. But I also want whatever natural oils are in the bay leaves to actually be rendered and actually seeped into my skin. So I'm hoping that with the castor oil on the bottom of the pad, it's actually going to help and leach into the bay leaves itself. So also I'm actually just going to put some of the castor oil on the top of the bay leaves. Okay, and then I'm going to actually apply that to the wound and actually hold it to the wound, and hopefully it's not going to be too rough and too brutal for my ankle right now. And that's just like extremely painful right now just to even do that. It's sorry, it's actually really sore and tender. It feels like the scab in the womb is actually open. So now we're going to have the fun part, that I'm going to actually try to wrap this around my ankle and then leave it overnight and see what happens tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have a great result, and I'll show you what happens tomorrow morning once I wake up with this. Right, thanks for watching.